And we are back. NFL post week 17 before week 18 predictions. This is our final regular season one. And in case you are wondering, there will be one more predictions video after this. And it's going to be me predicting the whole entire playoffs. And yeah, it's been a fun journey. It's a shame the NFL season's almost to an end. I don't really know what I'm going to do with my YouTube channel after that, besides Falcons franchise. I want to do USFL content while that's going on, but I don't really. There isn't a USFL game. Because, like, for Madden, it's an NFL game. It's kind of easy to record. And since I record on PlayStation, I don't really have a way to record. Yeah, you might. I think you understand. Starting off, Sunday, 1 p.m. Now, I know this isn't, like, the actual schedule. It's just we're playing a game made by EA, so it's not updated very often. Because it's not Ultimate Team. We have the Cowboys, who are currently 11-5, at the Eagles, who are currently 9-7. The Cowboys played a pretty solid game against the Cardinals, but ultimately in the end could not pull it together. They lost 25-22 in a heartbreaker, dropping themselves down to the 4 seed. But ultimately they still can go back to the 2 seed if the Rams and Buccaneers lose and they win. And the Eagles are currently 9-7. They have clinched a playoff spot, so they don't really have anything to play for besides making Dallas have the worst possible seed. Because if the playoffs did end today and these guys didn't play, the Cowboys would be rematching the Cardinals. And the Eagles will be playing the Rams. And personally, I don't really think either of those teams are going to favor the matchups. But I am going to pick the Eagles to win. The Eagles aren't really playing for that much since they have clinched the 7th seed. They can move up to the 6th seed if they get lucky enough. So I think they'll get lucky enough, but to win the game. But I don't know about the 6th seed. Next, we have the Packers, who are currently 13-3, at the Lions, who are currently 2-13-1. The Lions came off of a pretty tough loss to the Seahawks, who put 51 on them. The final score is 51-29. And the Packers won 37-10 against the Vikings, who were missing Kirk Cousins. So wasn't really that impressive, but at the same time, it did clinch them the 1 seed. So Rodgers is going to try and play that game just so he can potentially pad his stats, so he can win MVP. Because if you ask me, it's a 2-man race between him and Jonathan Taylor. But we all know how the NFL is. They don't usually give those rewards out to non-quarterbacks. So, and especially if Rodgers plays well, if he plays that last game. But I am going to take the Lions to win. Mainly because, 1, the Packers may not be playing their starters, and 2, Aaron Rodgers went on the Manning cast, and if you don't know, it's not really a real thing, but people speculate it is. If you go on the Manning cast and you're a player or a coach, your team goes out and loses the next week. So, yeah. Next, we have the Colts, who are currently 9-7, at the Jaguars, who are currently 2-14. If my predictions are correct, the Jaguars don't really have anything to lose here because they will get the number 1 overall pick. Because I do have the Lions winning. But the Colts are a winning-in scenario. If the Colts win their game, they make the playoffs. If they lose, I don't know. I know the Steelers and Ravens game is going to have a big impact. The Chargers-Raiders game is going to have a big impact. I believe what happens is the Colts need to win to make the playoffs. Well, actually, no, they don't. Wait. If the Colts lose, I think the Colts are going to need the Chargers to win. And we're going to need Never mind. It's confusing. Alright. So what I'm thinking is, if the Colts lose, the Chargers win. I know the Raiders have the head-to-head over the Ravens and the Colts. So I believe if the Ravens win, the Ravens need like a near impossible. I think the Raiders make the playoffs in that scenario. So I think the Colts will be booted, unfortunately. Wait, no. Okay. Next, we're just going to move on to next. I don't know how this works. Next, we have the Washington football team at the New York Giants. The Washington football team is currently 6-10. The New York Giants currently 4-12. Both teams have been eliminated from the playoffs. We're not going to talk about this. I'm picking the Giants to upset because the Giants somehow managed to win when it doesn't matter. Next, we have the Chicago Bears, who are 6-10, at the Minnesota Vikings, who are 7-9. This is once again, both teams are eliminated, so we're just going to say who wins. It's the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to win this game. Next, we have the Panthers, who are currently 5-11, at the Buccaneers, who are currently 12-4. The Panthers, they don't know what they're doing with quarterbacks, and the Buccaneers, they are currently the 3 seed. If they win this game, they clinch the 3 seed and could move up to the 2 seed depending on how the Rams game goes. But I am going to pick the Buccaneers to win, so they will be guaranteed at least the 3 seed and maximum 2 seed. Next, we have the Patriots, who are currently 10-6, at the Dolphins, who are currently 6-10, or not 6-10, 8-8. The Patriots, they're already in. But if they win and the Bills lose, the Patriots win their division. Or if the Patriots lose or the Bills win, the Bills clinch the division. That's what they're playing for. And the Dolphins, they've been eliminated, so they're not really playing for much. But I do think the Patriots win this game. Next, we have the Saints, who are currently 8-8, after the Falcons, who are currently 7-9. Hold on, let me drink some water quickly. The Saints are fighting for a playoff spot. In order to get the playoffs, they need to win and the 49ers to lose. And if they lose or the 49ers win, they don't get the division or the playoff spot. So it's going to be a tough road for the Saints because the 49ers are playing the Rams. And if you don't remember earlier this season, the Rams absolutely got destroyed by the 49ers. But I don't even think the 49ers are really going to have to do much because I am going to take the Falcons to win. So the Falcons, get the 49ers are guaranteed in anyway. So, yeah. Next, we have the Titans, who are currently 11-5, at the Texans, who are currently 4-12. The Texans have been eliminated. The Titans are currently the 1 seed in the AFC. If they win or the Chiefs lose, I believe they get the 1 seed. I don't think the Bengals or Bills can compete. Because I know the Titans have the head-to-head over the Bills, but Bengals, I'm uncertain. Now, I'm going to pick the Texans to win because the Titans seem to be the team that will choke away the 1 seed for some reason. But I wouldn't really be complaining because you are missing out on a first-round bye, but at the same time, you are getting the 2 seed. And at the moment, I feel pretty confident in every team you're going against in the 7 seed, besides maybe the Colts if they somehow manage to get the 7 seed. So I'm picking the Texans. Next, we have the Steelers, who are currently 8-7-1, at the Ravens, who are currently 8-8. Both these teams can still make the playoffs. I don't know the Ravens scenario. They're going to need like a lot. But I know the Steelers, I believe they need a win, a Colts loss, and yeah, I don't really think. As long as the Raiders and Chargers don't tie, I think the Steelers make it in that scenario. So it doesn't really matter what happens in the Chargers-Raiders game. Like, whoever wins, that game is in. Losers out if the Steelers win. So, yeah. But I am going to pick the Ravens to win. Even though the Ravens probably won't make the playoffs, they can at least end the Steelers' hopes. And what it sounds like will be Ben Roethlisberger's last game in that scenario. Next, we have the Jets, who are currently 4-12 at the Bills, who are currently 10-6. This game really doesn't mean much for who am I kidding? It means a lot. So if the Bills win or the Patriots lose, the Bills get the AFC East, which will be the first time they have gone back to back AFC East wins since I don't know how long. And the Jets can't really do nothing besides hope to make that not happen. But at the same time, I honestly feel like they would want that to happen. So, yeah. I'm going to pick the Bills. Next, we have the Bengals, who are currently 10-6 at the Browns, who are currently 7-9. Bengals have already clinched their division. Browns have already been eliminated. But the Bengals can move up to the 2 seed, I believe, with a win and a Chiefs loss, or they could fall down to the 4 seed with a loss and a Bills win. So, and the Browns have been known for like beating the Bengals this season. If you remember earlier this season. And I think that stretch is going to continue. So, Bengals, enjoy the 4 seed. Ultimately, I don't really think it's that much to complain about. Next, starting off our 425 games that aren't actually 425 games. We have the Chargers at Raiders. This is actually Sunday Night Football because what the NFL usually does is they put the most impactful game in Sunday Night Football in the last week. And that just happens to be the Chargers and the Raiders. Because winner of this game makes the playoffs. And if somehow the Colts lose, if these two teams tie, they both make the playoffs. So essentially, there's a chance it could be a win-win. But I'm gonna go with the surprise. I don't think most people would do this, but I'm gonna pick the Raiders to win. Next, we have the 49ers at Rams. The 49ers have, in this scenario, clinched the playoff spot according if my predictions go correct. They are currently 9-7, going against the Rams, who are currently 10-4. This means a lot because if my predictions are wrong, if the Falcons or the Saints beat the Falcons, then the 49ers will have to win this game. And the Rams are playing for their division at the moment. If the Rams win or the Cardinals lose, the Rams clinch the division. So that's something to look out for. But I'm going to pick the 49ers to win. So, 49ers got the 6th seed. Congrats on that. And yeah, everyone can be happy except probably, the few teams who got eliminated that week. But that's okay. Next, we have our final two. We have the Chiefs, who are currently 11-5, at the Broncos, who are currently 7-9. The Chiefs are 11-5. If they win and the Titans lose, they get the 1 seed. If they somehow manage to lose and the Bengals win, they drop to the 3 seed. And I think the 4 seed if the Bills win. So, pretty scary for them. And Broncos, they've been eliminated, so they're not really playing for much. besides the fact that they could make the Chiefs not get the 1 seed. But ultimately, it's the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to win this game and get the 1 seed. Sorry about my silence there. I am working on something currently for this. And last, certainly not least, well, it could be least by the end. It probably won't be, though, because I feel like Washington Giants will be least. Or like Bears, Vikings, something like that. We have the Seahawks, who are currently 6-10 at the Cardinals, who are 11-5. Now, Seahawks, they're eliminated. This means nothing. But the Cardinals, if the Cardinals win and the Rams lose, the Cardinals get the NFC West. The Cardinals have already clinched the 5 seed, but like they can't go any lower than 5. I don't know what the scenario is. I think if they win, they'd move up to 3. I don't know about the Buccaneers. So, if they win, they'd move ahead of the Cowboys. They move ahead of the Rams. That would put them at 3. I don't know about the Buccaneers. I don't know if the Buccaneers lose, if they have the same record. Who gets the advantage? So, yeah. But I am surprisingly going to pick the Cardinals. Well, that's not really surprising, but I think the Cardinals get the last second division win. They needed all the scenarios to go their way, and they somehow managed to have it happen. So, a quick recap. The teams I am picking to win are the Eagles, Lions, Colts, Giants, Vikings, Buccaneers, Patriots, Falcons, Texans, Ravens, Bills, Browns, Raiders, 49ers, Chiefs, Cardinals. And the teams I'm picking to lose are the Cowboys, Packers, Jaguars, Washington, Bears, Panthers, Dolphins, Saints, Titans, Steelers, Jets, Bengals, Chargers, Rams, Broncos, and Seahawks. Now, last week I went 12-4. I was eliminated from winning in my pick'em league. There was a player that was that far ahead of me. They are ahead of like 7 games, so they've practically clinched it. So, of course, probably one of my best weeks, if not my best week. It means nothing because I've been eliminated before this week even started. But that puts my overall record to 152, 103, 1. And this will be it. I'm not going to be counting playoff games towards, my win-loss tie percentage. Because it's pretty easy to get the playoffs wrong, because if I miss one game, that messes up the whole entire thing, because I'm predicting the whole thing. So I say Buccaneers and Eagles play, and the Eagles win. I say the Eagles win, and the Buccaneers win. Like, then after that, like, whoever the Eagles play next, like, it'd mess up the whole entire thing. Because I need every scenario to go right in that practically. So yeah, that's why I'm not going to be counting that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. Let me know what you thought, what you would change personally. Like, oh, you're an idiot, you should change, you should pick the Packers to beat the Lions. Like, stuff like that. Well, maybe not include, meanness. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. See you next time. Goodbye.